As the sun sets over the bustling city of Aba, a sense of unease hung over the prestigious secondary school Aba. The students, teachers, and parents were all entangled in a web of chaos, all because of one thing: Android phones. In this school where discipline and hard work were once the guiding principles, a new trend had emerged. Parents, especially those who could afford the latest expensive smartphones, had taken to giving their children Android phones. Despite the strict prohibition of the use of phone in school, the students were glued to their screens, and the teachers were at their wits' end. Whenever a phone was seized, the parents would storm the school, shouting and fighting the teachers. It had become a recurring nightmare. The teachers, frustrated and worried, didn't know what to do. One fateful day, the English teacher, Mrs. Okoro, walked into the class to find the students huddled around one of their classmates, laughing and watching something on his phone. She quickly intervened, snatching the phone from the boy's hand. "What is going on here?" she asked. The students looked up in shock and guilty. The boy, whose phone it was, trembled with fear. "I am taking this phone, and I want you to bring your parents to school tomorrow," Mrs. Okoro said firmly. After school, the boy went home and told the mother that his teacher seized his phone. Instead of scolding him, his mother started shouting and raining insults at the teacher, Mrs. Okoro. "Who does she think she is?" the mother fumed. "Can't she just leave my child alone? A poor and miserable teacher who can't even afford 3 square meals in a day? Does she know how much the phone costs? I pray nothing happens to that phone. If not, we will see in court. Nonsense." The next day, the mother, Mrs. Eze, arrived at the school with 3 hefty men. They stormed the school premises, shouting and causing a scene. "Where is that teacher?" Mrs. Eze demanded. "I want to deal with her." The principal, Mr. Nwosu, tried to calm her down, but she was fuming with rage. Mrs. Okoro, sensing trouble, asked the principal if she could show Mrs. Eze something. The principal nodded, and Mrs. Okoro brought the phone. She played a video, and the sound of laughter and moans filled the air. The video showed Mrs. Eze and her husband in a compromising position, enjoying a romantic moment in their bedroom. The mother's face turned red as she realized what was happening. The man accompanying her was amazed. The students and teachers gathered around, shocked and embarrassed for Mrs. Eze. Mrs. Eze collapsed to the ground and fainted. The men rushed to her side, trying to revive her. The principal stepped forward, his voice firm but calm. "I think it is time we had a talk, Mrs. Eze. As a parent, you have a responsibility to set a good example for your child. And as a school, we have a duty to ensure our students are not exposed to things that can corrupt their young minds." The scene was chaotic, but in that moment something shifted. The parents, the teachers, and the students All realized that something needed to change. The use of Android phones had to be addressed, and boundaries had to be set. As for Mrs. Eze, she slunk away, her reputation bruised and her pride wounded. The students learned a valuable lesson, and the teachers were hailed as heroes for standing up to the reckless behavior of some parents. The school was quiet once again.